What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome back to another episode of Wellington Phoenix Career Mode. And today, I was going to say we've got a wee change in the lineup, but that is not the case. G. Finkler is back from injury. I think he got injured last episode against the Glory. He has made a full recovery and is now back in that cam position for us. But before we do go and get any further, what I would like to see is 30 likes on this video. And if you are new, please remember to hit that subscribe button. What a save from Captain Moss today. He is absolutely incredible. But remember, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Let's aim for 30 likes. And the question of this episode, what I want to know from you guys is we are very, very close to the the start of the transfer window. So from my memory, if it serves me correctly, I think we have this and another 2 games before the transfer window does start. So there's plenty of time to scout out some targets and get things ready. So what I want to know from you guys is down below in the comments, who do you think I should sign to add to this side? Now remember, it is the Phoenix. We don't have the biggest of budgets in the world, so please, just realistic transfer speculation, transfer rumours, transfer targets is the word I'm looking for. Please just make sure they're realistic. Obviously, people before have said, you know, go and sign someone like Dimitar Berbatov, which we just would not have the funds to do. But we're pretty good, I must say, all across the board. Now, when we did first start, I did think that we were a little bit short in some areas, but I think, you know, we are doing pretty well. Possibly another goalkeeper to take over Glenn Moss when he does decide to hang up the gloves. I think he's still only about 33 is what that stat said just before. And if he continues to perform like this, like he's performing today, we will keep him in for a long time yet, because he has just made 2 first-class saves inside the first 20 minutes. So we need to go and get some possession. We need to go and get our feet on the ball, because we are, I wouldn't say struggling here, but we're struggling to get out of our own half. So hopefully we can change that around. Sydney are playing quite deep as well, so we are going to have to go and try and exploit them probably on the counter. And this is the first time we have actually gone and headed into the attacking half, and it has led to a shot from Parkhouse, which in the end is pretty tame to say the least. So A-League results that have been happening around, I was going to say around the world, but around the league. Phoenix was due to play Victory, but due to last Monday's earthquake in Kaikoura, that game has been postponed. It's been delayed against the Victory. So the Phoenix, they weren't actually looking too bad before that game had been postponed. Before the weekend, before, I think we're in round 8 now, before that had, no, we must be in round 7. Before that had started, the Phoenix were sitting inside the top 6 for the first time in the season, which, you know, is really where they do want to be. The goal this year for the Phoenix, for the club, for the fans, was to finish in the top 2. And they definitely have the squad. Obviously, the off-season acquisitions that were made in the likes of not just Finkler and Barbarosis, but I think Rossi as well. Obviously a very experienced Italian defender, very good player in FIFA, one of our better players that we have. But as we can see, Sydney are playing very, very deep, and it's looking as though they are quite happy just to sit back and possibly just look for the draw. But they have been the aggressor in this first half. We've had 2 good chances, another one just there from Barbarosis, which was saved by Janjanovic. And I must say, as this first half has gone on, we have started to look a lot more dangerous. So hopefully we can carry that on going into the second half. But look, just look at how deep the Sydney players are. Very, very deep. And it does make it very, very difficult. Around the league for us at the moment is another thing that I think we should really talk about. We are doing quite well, still top of the tree by 2 points, and that is what we have Guy Finkler in the side for, boys. Get that close up on the camera, because that is an absolute world-class finish from the Brazilian cam for the Phoenix. And I wouldn't say an undeserved 1-0 lead, excuse me, but with a finish like that, that is absolutely world-class. For a guy who's only rated, I think, about 68 overall, that is a glorious finish. His first goal of the season as well, and the Phoenix, as I said, probably not undeserved, but we head into the break, probably up a goal to good, you would have to say. After, you know, we were struggling inside that first 20 minutes, but since then we have really come back and played strongly. I guess, get that goal. You know, that goal that I don't think I will. Sorry, I think if we didn't get that goal, Sydney would be pretty happy. We did have a very good spell, as I said, on attack inside probably that last 20 to 25 minutes, and we were rewarded with that absolute peach of a goal from Guy Finkler as he puts it in. You can't get too much more than top corner than what he just did. Sydney absolutely running right in the possession battle at the moment. We only have 37%, so that's something that we are going to look to try and improve on heading into the second half. But the only thing that matters really is that score that we do see down there below us. The Phoenix up 1-0 against Sydney. And as I said, that really, it is the only stat that matters. It is the only stat that matters, you know, at the end of the game. It doesn't matter how much possession you have. I remember a Champions League game between Barcelona and Celtic, and I think in that game, Celtic won 2-1. Barcelona had, I think they had about 20 shots in the game. And had obviously majority of the possession. I think they had like 70+% of the possession and still managed to lose 2-1. So it all depends on what you do with that possession and what you do with those shots. You know, it's all good taking 20 shots that are all off target, but if you get 2 absolute world-class strikes, then, you know, and obviously the keeper doesn't save them, but if you get 2 world-class strikes, more often than not, especially in the A-League, you are going to go and win. Not so much in the Champions League, because obviously some very good goalkeepers, some very good defenders that are around in the league, but you know, you do have to take those opportunities. Those opportunities, don't matter how many you have. You can have 20, you can have 2. It depends on how you put them away. And Barbarosis, he has been, I must say, over the past probably 3 weeks since our last episode, he has been quite destructive down that right-hand wing. Very, very quick, has been outpacing opponents left, right, and centre. And it comes back, I think, in my last episode, I did talk about potentially changing up my formation just a little bit and possibly running, you know, a 2-prong attack up front. I'm not too sure where Parkhouse is. You should be getting up there, Parkhouse. I don't even know where you are. You're in the centre. What are you doing in the centre? That's not where I want you. I want you on the wing so you can go and get those crosses in. Hopefully to Krishna to get something on the board. But I must say, we have been a little bit sloppy in the second half to date so far. You know, compared to that first half. First half, as I said, Sydney were all over us in that first 20-25 minutes. We did really bring it back towards the back end and obviously rewarded with that goal just before half-time. But we have, as I said, we have been sloppy into the second half. We haven't really, I guess, used the possession the way we would like. And at the moment, our players just seem to be all over the place, which, personally, myself, I don't mind too much. Parkhouse has come in, and he's playing almost where Krishna was, up front as the centre forward, and Krishna has dropped onto the wing, which, again, as I said, I don't mind, because Krishna, naturally a winger, and the one thing I don't like about this Phoenix setup, and I probably can go and change it myself, to be honest, in the player instructions, is that Tom Doyle and Louis Fenton do get quite far forward. Bernie Abeni with another good chance. That's Sydney's 3rd good chance of the game. And as I said, it comes down to what you do with those chances. Sydney have had 3 really good chances, haven't converted any. We had one, that one with G. Finkler, and we managed to go and obviously put it away into the top corner. So it all depends on what you do with it. I mean, Sydney, Glenn Moss did make 2 really good saves off 2 of those opportunities, but that one there obviously off the post. The luck just not with Sydney FC today. And, you know, that's the difference. Sometimes you do need a bit of luck in sport. Sometimes it is what you need. You just need a bit of luck. You need that ball, you know, to go on the inside of the post rather than the outside of the post. And, you know, just things like that. Just little things that can change the course of a game. I thought that potentially there was going to be one, but a nice wee flick on. And Sydney now are starting to play a little bit more attacking, but Finkler is possibly in for his 2nd here, and what a way to come back from injury for Guy Finkler. 2 goals for him today. The Phoenix up 2-0. They are going to carry on their impressive run in the A-League, which is going to see them, I believe, 9 games played, 21 points on the board. So only 6 points have been dropped, and I think that is from 1 loss and 3 draws. But Finkler, 2 goals in the A-League, both coming today, and that is exactly what you can ask for. 2-0 at home against a good side. Sydney FC are a good side, don't get me wrong. They're proving it in the league this year. They did go, I think, the first 4 or 5 games unbeaten. And they do have some good quality players on this as well. Obviously, Bernie Abini, Bobo's in there, Alex Brosk, who's come off the bench, Michael Zolo, who I believe is an Australian international as well. So there is plenty of talent in this side, but it really has been, if I personally was to pick a man of the match, it would be either between Finkler or Glenn Moss. Moss was very, very impressive. With those 2 saves. Obviously, early on as well, that did go and set the tone for the game, and we were able to take the 2 chances that we did manage to have and put them past Jan Janovic. So another win for the Phoenix. That's exactly what we want to see. I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Cliffy, your King of Career Mode, signing out.